Well, my two favorite sports are professional wrestling and baseball, and I think I've combined both of them into one here tonight. What a great entrance for Todd Sexton in more ways than one. And the bell has sounded, and hopefully this one at least lasts maybe double the 9 seconds from our previous match. Maybe we'll at least get 18 seconds in. Are we going to actually get to call a match yet here this evening, Brent Wolverton?
Well, it looks like we are, and it's going to start off fierce. Adrian Hawkins and Todd Sexton. Todd Sexton filling in for CJ Spence, who was supposed to team with Worst Case Scenario this week. He was didn't make the travel here. I don't know what the story is on his absence, but Todd Sexton going to fill in and team up with Worst Case Scenario against Hot Commodity and Adrian Hawkins.
Wow, Brett, if you look at the intensity in the ring right now, you can certainly tell there is no love lost between Todd Sexton and Adrian Hawkins. I mean, the two, there's no wrestling match going on whatsoever. It's a pure brawl fight. And right now, Adrian Hawkins trying to get that finishing maneuver in and try and put away this quickly. But man, Todd Sexton rolling through almost like a pretzel to try and get to the ropes to break it. And of course, this is some semblance of a match. I mean, obviously there's still rules involved and they're gonna have to break it. But meanwhile, Todd Sexton right back again, laying the offense in with a European uppercut onto Adrian Hawkins.
Well, Todd Sexton's not even dressed to compete here this evening. You know, he's in jeans and tennis. And CB Suave slips coming into the ring.
Apparently there's a lot of oil going on the floors here this evening. Oh, I didn't need to see this.
We've come to expect that from CB Suave, though.
Yeah, when he first came out, I thought his back of his jacket said sauce, and then I realized after he fanned it all out, it was Suave. So apparently a little bit of a reading disorder, but apparently he has a little bit of a spelling as well. Todd Sexton making the tag, one half of Worst Case Scenario, and based on what we've seen so far here, if Todd Sexton can get Adrian Hawkins again, that may be his Worst Case Scenario. Beautiful drop kick there by one half of Worst Case Scenario.
Yeah, Ethan Case in the ring. I know the last time we saw Worst Case Scenario here, you were on a leave of absence. Ethan Case is in the ring. His tag team partner Eli Evans just making the tag in. Eli Evans, the taller of the two.
Man, great teamwork here, I tell you, by both members of Worst Case Scenario. Goes straight in for the cover as well too, and CB Suave may not really know exactly what hit him. Talking about Hot Commodity teaming up this week with Adrian Hawkins.
Now, I've never been able to figure it out. I know this alliance between Penirelli, Suave, and Hawkins. Is Hawkins considered a member of Hot Commodity, or is it Hot Commodity and Adrian Hawkins?
Well, of course we know that, John Johnson on the Talent Initiative was able to put these three together. So I feel like in ways they're loosely tied, at least by trying to elevate the talent here in Anarchy. At least so has been said anyway, and I guess we'll see how well they've done. But you're right, drop toe hold there. Tag being made. The other member of Worst Case Scenario coming in, and that's exactly what they've got to do. I feel like there's a little bit of unity and more cohesiveness between Worst Case Scenario, even though Hot Commodity has been teaming for a while.
Well, in Worst Case Scenario situation, they are a regular tag team. It's all about getting the victory for the team. Despite the team efforts of Hot Commodity, they all still seem to have their own agendas, mainly themselves.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the problem when you've got that many egos going in one matchup. Hot Commodity realizes that they've got to do what's best for the team and put the team above their individual wants, and apparently CB Suave, Tommy Penirelli, and Adrian Hawkins haven't gotten that memo.
That's for sure. Tommy Penirelli, a beautiful stun gun on Eli Evans, continuing to work on him.
And at this point, Tommy Penirelli is just trying to cut the man off because that's one of the strategies that Worst Case Scenario has going into it is those hot tags. And if Tommy Penirelli can really cut the man off and not really be able to make those frequent tags, that certainly has to favor them. And beautifully going into his corner there to be able to make the tags himself and cut the other man off from doing so, as we see Adrian Hawkins in the ring.
Short corner whip, and notice Hawkins keeping Eli Evans in their corner. Now this could be a mistake as he's got him off into the other corner, but very smart move by Hawkins as he turns it back around, sending Eli Evans into his own corner.
Adrian Hawkins mouthing off to Todd Sexton. That didn't work too well from him earlier in the matchup. I tell you, what a week of Anarchy. This has got to be one of the most explosive weeks I've seen. I mean, what a way to open things up. Of course, we've got, your announcement that you made in regards to our main event coming up this week. And then, of course, don't forget in regards to our Anarchy Television Championship matchup, it's now 2-1. Bo Newsome had an advantage, and basically all he had to do was win one more match. He would be the Anarchy Television champion. But instead, Billy Buck trying to still fight somewhat left in there for this series that we have going on, best of 5.
Well, we saw the temptation. Sean Tempers attacking Brody Chase. Has he made a fatal error, though? Because if Brody Chase loses the championship here this week to Bobby Moore, Sean Tempers is nowhere near contention again. Suddenly, Brody Chase becomes the contender and not the champion.
Well, it certainly seems like Bobby Moore's opportunity has increased just a little bit more, and he has Sean Tempers to really thank for that. And, of course, that's coming up as well. Lot going on here this week, of course, as we head in to the holiday time that we've come to know and love so much. Season's beatings right around the corner. And the intensity's just really picked up, kind of like what we saw there from CB Suave, as he tries to go in and put away one half of worst case scenario with that pinfall attempt, making the tag. Tommy Penirelli making his way in. See a double team maneuver here. Both men flipping him up, face first into the mat. Goes in for the cover. Only able to get a 2 count, and you can tell Todd Sexton wants to get back in. You're absolutely right. Not prepared to wrestle whatsoever. He's in jeans. Apparently he might need to change into some wrestling boots. That might work a little better for him, perhaps.
Might have a little bit better grip on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Tommy Penirelli goes in for the cover again. Still only able to get a 2 count. And I don't know if you saw that, Brett, but we saw Adrian Hawkins and CB Suave kind of talking back and forth to each other. You have to wonder, is it a strategy, or are they basically trying to vie for who wants to come in next because of the ego is so large?
Well, they've got Eli Evans where they want him, so they have the advantage. So whoever gets in there, I don't want to say they're going to have an easy time with Eli Evans, but the man's softened up. He's been weakened. He's not at 100% right now.
Beautiful snap suplex there from Adrian Hawkins. And again, making a mistake here. Should have gone in for the cover, put the match away, maybe head into season's beatings, looking pretty well for yourself. Instead, he's spending too much time mouthing off to Todd Sexton. Todd Sexton's not in the ring right now. You've got an opponent to deal with, Adrian Hawkins.
Well, everybody wrestling over these next few weeks is going to be looking to make an impression going into season's meetings. The better you do on Anarchy Television, the higher quality, the higher important match you're going to have on the card. Be it a shot at the tag team titles, the Young Lions Championship, the higher quality match you're going to have, the higher you are on the card.
You're exactly right. And we saw Adrian Hawkins already trying to work on that leg a little bit, perhaps maybe setting his man up at least for that finishing maneuver that he likes to be able to put on, the sharpshooter. Tommy Penirelli, full head of steam into the corner, going to try for it one more time perhaps. Spins around and connects on his opponent. And worst case scenario, really needs to be able to make the tag. Roll through, perhaps this is it. Tag made to Todd Sexton, and he's in a boot to the midsection. Well, I should say more like a shoe. I don't know if those are Converse. Either way, they found the effect. Big knife edge chop as well on Tommy Penirelli. Roll through for CB Suave, boot to the midsection. Little jarring from CB Suave. And a big knee right there catches his opponent. Todd Sexton in with a cover. And this action, I tell you, back and forth like crazy.
It's all breaking down, but you notice Adrian Hawkins staying on the ring apron. Beautiful suplex by Ethan Case.
I was going to go in for the pin attempt, but Tommy Penirelli wisely moved out of the way. Oh, man, did you hear that thud?
Beautiful power slam by Eli Evans on Adrian Hawkins. Hawkins rolling out of the ring.
Meanwhile, Todd Sexton's in the ring. You've got CB Suave. You've got action on the left side of us, the action on the outside of us to the right. And meanwhile, action inside, Todd Sexton, CB Suave. But our referee, the senior official, oh man, right out here on the rampway.
Well, we got a submission, hold applied.
But Todd Sexton doesn't realize Adrian Hawkins off the top rope. Looks like a headbutt. Man, that took some out of Adrian Hawkins. Goes in for the cover, 2, and that's going to be it this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the team of Adrian Hawkins, the Italian Stallion Tommy Penirelli, and CB Suave, Hot Commodity.